You know, one of the biggest problems in boxing today, or at least it drives me crazy, are these referees not knowing how and when to stop a fight. It's the referee's job to really give the fighter every opportunity to continue when they're down, when they're hurt, or what have you. When was the last time any of you seen a referee go 7, 8, 9, 10, out? What we see these days are a fighter go down, a referee will look at the fighter, start the count perhaps, then ask him a question, and then all of a sudden wave the fight off. Or if a fighter goes down, sometimes the ref will just jump on the fighter and give him no opportunity whatsoever to continue, to get up. A referee's job is to administer the count when a fighter goes down. You know, let's go to some tape for some recent examples of this. June the 7th at the Turning Stone Casino, you had Nick Brinson and Jorge Melendez, and the referee was Charlie Fitch. And I thought he did a great job, Fitch did, in round number 4, when Brinson, I think who had already scored a knockdown over Melendez, he gets hurt and looks to be out of it. The referee properly ruled a knockdown, that the ropes held him up, and then gave Brinson every opportunity to get his faculties, to get through the round and survive, which he did. He not only survived the round, he won the fight. June 8th at the Home Depot Center in Carson, California, you had Marcos Maidana against Josecito Lopez, a fight that was going as we expected, back and forth and ebb and flow. And then in round number 6, the power-punching Maidana put Josecito down, and referee Lou Moret waved it off. Really did not give Lopez the opportunity to come from behind, as we've seen him do in the past. And he's a young guy. He wasn't being beaten up. In fact, he had hurt Maidana earlier in the fight. Moret, in my opinion, made a big mistake and deprived Lopez and boxing fans of an opportunity to see a fight that I think would have been back and forth the entire way for as long as it would have lasted. You know, I think all the referees out there would do themselves and the sport and the fans a great service if they would pay attention to Steve Smoger. He seems to have the best ability to discern the fighter's capabilities when they're hurt. You know, he seems to realize, is a guy hurt? Is he staggered? You know, obviously if a guy is out, the referee, his job is over. The guy is out. But Steve Smoger, in a conversation I had with him recently, he told me that what he tries to do is give the fighter every opportunity that he can to continue, to come back, if you will. You know, professional prize fighters, the reason they get up and do road work, the reason they do the skip rope at the end, the reason they're on the ground doing sit-ups is not just to throw a left jab and a right hand and a combination, but it's that tremendous ability to come back, recuperative powers. I can't even imagine how a guy like Arturo Gatti, for example, who we all know, how would he do in today's game? He gets hurt. He was hurt all the time. These referees today would just simply jump in and stop the fight, and that's not right. And it's bull that they think that they're protecting the fighter. Forget about this all too common phrase, well, it's better to stop it one punch too soon before one punch too many. When have we seen a situation, what is one punch too many? When have we seen that? Obviously, boxing's a brutal sport. And we've seen, and I've seen ringside on more than 1, 2, and 3 occasions where it can turn deadly. But it has nothing to do with the one-punch aspect. It's a lot more to do with cumulative punishment, what a fighter goes into the fight with, perhaps better medicals and things of that nature which have been implemented. But let's don't take away the fiber of the sport, a guy's ability to come from behind, to come back after being hurt or knocked down. How many fantastic fights have we seen through the years? Those of you who are perhaps my age or fans that have followed the sport for 40 years, how many times have you seen a guy, a champion, come back after being hurt, after being knocked down? Can you think of a guy named Diego Corrales? Does that ring a bell? What about Juan Manuel Marquez in his first fight against Manny Pacquiao? If Joe Cortez had stopped that fight after Marquez had been down not once, not twice, but 3 times, would we have ever had the 4th fight and the KO of Manny Pacquiao? So many of these great fighters, perhaps they're not a Sugar Ray Leonard or a Muhammad Ali or a Floyd Mayweather. Part of what they do is the ability to take punishment and come from behind. And these referees today are really creating a scenario where these guys simply cannot do what they do best. You know, I'm all about the fighters. I'm also all about the fans because I'm all about the sport. And we don't want to become too desensitized by this recent outbreak of quick stoppages by overreacting referees. Do we want to not have any more Lyle versus Foremans, Gotti versus Wards, Castillo versus Corrales? I mean, isn't that what the sport is built on? You know, boxing really needs to have this dialogue, and we want to hear from you, the boxing fans. Go to our Facebook page at In This Corner TV and write down your comments, your opinions. I'll respond to as many of them as I can get to. For InThisCornerTV.com, I'm James Smith.